Hello everyone, thank you so much for coming back. I haven't done any video in a while. This is going to be my first video in 2018. So I hope to get back to the twice a week or once a week. Let's see how that goes. But today, the video basically is going to be about fasting and answering your call, finding a living church, how to find a living church, and just listening to God and praying more. This is what the video is about today. Stay tuned, and I hope you like it. I heard God telling me to find a living church and a home church instead of going to church online on Facebook, on YouTube, and things like that, which was good, but I needed a living church where I can get involved in. I think God was preparing me for that. And I visited a few churches around here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and then finally I found my church in Wyoming, Michigan. Well, when I first attended that church, I liked it, but then I decided to go check out other ones. Then I went and checked other ones out, but then it's just like God is calling me here. So I came back to this church, and it has been a home church for us since then. My kids love it. I love it. It's not too big. It's not too small. It is just perfect. But first, when I first came there, I had all kinds of crazy thoughts in my mind. I was like, I'm just here for church. God told me to find a living church, so I find a living church. I didn't want to get close to anyone. I don't want nobody calling me their friends. I didn't want nobody to know too much about me. I didn't even want any of them on my social media or anything like that. I didn't want to get hurt by church. I just want everybody to leave me alone. I'm just going to listen to a sermon and go home. Crazy, right? I know. But then it it didn't happen like the way I wanted it to. I met a lady called Alicia. I won't say her last name because I haven't asked for permission. She's that one person where when God is telling me to do something and I'm just being a Jonah, I'm like, God, will you just find somebody else? I wouldn't do that. I'm embarrassed. I'm too low for that. I don't have enough experience for that. Go find somebody else. She is that one person that God will just go around and go confirm it to, and she will come back and confirm it. Even without even knowing that I was planning on that or God has spoken to me about something like that. She would just ask me, hey, Rosine, do you want to do something? Do you want to do this? Do you want to be a leader in this group? Or do you want to do this? Like, do you want to teach a class or something like that? It's always her that God always used, especially at this church, to speak to me. So she invited me to this group that the church has, which is called the Young Adult Group. It's for anyone that is between the age of 18 to 30. Whether you're married, have kids, or single, you can all just come. And of course, I came up with another reason why I shouldn't go. And she kept inviting me nicely all the time. Then I visited and I loved it. Later on, God was telling me to get baptized. I was born Catholic. I was baptized Catholic. My family is very Catholic. They don't know anything else if it's not Catholic. So me getting baptized, and of course I just came to this church. I didn't want anyone to be my friend or anything like that. But God is like, you gotta get baptized. So I went to the baptism class. They said the first one that they were going to do was going to be January 8, 2017. Then I came up with an excuse again, like, I'm going to get baptized in the summertime. And so I was like, okay. Then in January 8th, I was sleeping. I couldn't sleep anymore. God woke me up and said, you got to get baptized today. Do it with these people that are getting baptized today. I had a little doubt. I was like, maybe I'm talking to myself right now. It's not really God. That is my number one problem. God will be talking to me. I'll be like, I think it's just me, so I'm not going to say it. I think it's just my feeling. It's just me. I'm not going to say it. Or I'm not going to do what it is. But then he's like, let's go. So I went to the store and I got a dress. I got leggings or jeggings, whatever. Ran in there to the church and got baptized. Then later on, there was a class that was called the Next Step class that Alicia was teaching. And she invited me. And I made excuses again, the reason why I shouldn't go to the church or to attend the class. And then but then I decided to attend the class and I started going to the class. And then I think we were in the sermon that's called the Life in the Hood. So God was speaking to me, and then God said, you're going to fast 40 days this year. I was like, 40 days? I've never done that. I've done like the most is probably 10 days, not more than that, fasting. And the fasting is supposed to be 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., no food, no drink. And the way I work, sometimes I don't get done until maybe 10 p.m., sometimes midnight. And I just don't know my schedule. But so if I don't get done early, then I'm not going to eat until I get done. Sometimes I will feel like I'm gonna faint if I'm fasting like that. But God said 40 days. It was a hard 40 days. But God used those 40 days to speak to me. He revealed the visions for me that He wanted me to do, to accomplish, which is going and helping the girls that were human trafficked, the survivors after they survived. Of course, they're gonna need community of people around them helping them. So God was getting me ready for that. So I will write down my vision as God speaks to me. I'll write down those visions and whatever it is that He wanted me to do. So I sent that vision out to someone from the church because I wanted to volunteer when they were talking about life in the hood, about volunteering and helping people around you. So I came across this company organization. It's a nonprofit that's called Three Types Collectives, and they were interested in my story and what it is that is my vision. I wanted to help girls that are survivors of human trafficking, just like myself, and help them out. And girls that were basically single parents and teenage girls, youth, basically youth, anything that has to do with youth and single parents. And I'm telling you, those 40 days, there were some bad days where I I was basically really broke. I'm like, God, what are you doing? I'm fasting, I'm doing all this, and I'm broke. And then one day we were sitting at church, and then I think I have like $55 in my hand. And I heard God telling me to put $50 as my tithes. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I must be talking to myself. Then after I just I frowned my face and struggled about it, I took the $50 from that and put it inside, and I have $5 left. I'm like, God, you better be up to something else because I've been broke. My business is not going well. It's like everything is just going so bad in my life right now. You better be up to something really good. Right after I left there, I'm telling you that people called me, wanted to get their hair done. I made $200 that day after I put that $50 in that basket. Well, I'm not saying that so you can go and put $100 or $1,000 in the basket. But when God is telling you to do something, you should probably do it. I know there are a lot of people out there just like me that are Jonah, love being Jonah. When God calls you to do something, you run away from it. You're like, I'm not going to do it. But God will bring you back to do it. So you might as well just do it. So I thank God that He gave me that spirit of like just trusting Him enough to put that money in the basket. And later on, I got the blessing. Sometimes you don't get that blessing right away. It might be years after that. But whatever it is that God is calling you to, I pray that you do it. So I started getting involved in my church. I became one of the leaders at the young adult group that I didn't want to go to at first. And I love being there. I love meeting people. I love seeing people that came from all kinds of walk of life, from other countries or from just other different age or things that are going on in their life. God has brought everyone around me. That's what the devil is trying to push me away from. I didn't want to do it at first. I didn't want to get close to these people. But God has brought these people in my life to become a community of people that I can trust. I can go around them and feel at peace. Instead of being somewhere on the weekend, on Friday, and doing something really crazy, I can be here one Friday a month and be around people that have the same passion, the same vision, which is to do the will of God around me, supporting me and encouraging each other. We're empowering each other to be better in Christ. And I'm leading one of the groups. I'm part of the leaders of the group. And it has been really great. After the 45 days of fasting, I heard God telling me to go to school so I can be able to basically fulfill His vision or calling for me. Okay. Now, I have a salon, a hair salon, but I don't have a business degree. I wanted to be a doctor. That didn't work. I have student loans pending. I cannot do this. And God is telling me to do vlogs. I'm like, I can't afford any Apple or fancy computers or fancy cameras to edit all this stuff. So I cannot do the vlog. So I said, unless you provide, I cannot do this. And I'm telling you that my student loans up to now, if anyone knows what happened to it, tell me. I don't know what happened to it. I was just sitting at the shop and I got a check over, I think, $1,100 or $1,200 or something like that. That was a miracle. Miracles exist, but now that I'm still thinking about it, like my mind is still rewinding to that day, it's still surprising to me. I don't know what happened to the debt, but I know my debt has been canceled and I got a check. I can afford a computer. I can go back to school because my debt has been paid for, just like the way I've been praying. I'm like, can you actually pray for things like that and it will happen? Yes, you can. There's a miracle in every day. You just have to find it. God is doing miracles that you'll be praying for. Sometimes you don't know. Mine came in that way. Yours might come in a different way. I don't know. But my debt has been canceled. I have a check to buy a computer. I can start a school. I can do my vlogs. I can edit. Amazing. So then I started a vlog. I started going back to school. God used Alicia to tell me about Grace Bible College. Again, Alicia. And then I signed up for Grace Bible College. And now I'm in school. I'm serving at my church. And the class I was running away from, I end up being one of the people that are teaching that class. And I joined the group that I didn't want to join. That's just how God works things. Now, I know that there are a lot of people out there just like me that want to be Jonah. We don't want to do what God calls. Sometimes it's so scary. Sometimes it's you feel like your feet is shaking. You can't do this. Sometimes I think one of the things I'm really worried about is that I don't know if the church accepts the type of calling that God has on my life. I don't know if the church believes in people praying and deliverance and things like that. So that was something that I hid for a long time until last Friday, 2018, last Friday, okay? And I went to the child chat, which we call the young adult meeting now, we call it child chat. And God used me. Before that, I didn't want to go up there, but the spirit was so heavy. I went out there and I started praying. I started speaking in tongues. The church that I was running away from, the group that I didn't want to attend, God is using me there. So now the question for you, what is God trying to tell you to do? What is it that God has been knocking on your head for the last 2, 3 years or 6 years of your life, or even since last night, but you're just not listening to? Who is that person in your life that God has been using all the time? As like mine is Alicia, basically, to confirm things to you all the time, but you just don't listen. Why are you afraid? Maybe you need community of people that you can trust so that they can help you pray for you to feel a little more comfortable to work for God. It is not easy to work for God. You're going to meet some people from all kinds of life that get on your last nerves. But because God gives you that peace and wisdom to be able to control it, and also when God is getting you ready for something, I'm telling you, He will get you equipped with everything you need, every weapon you need, every instrument that you need to help you go through that. So I'm sure that when God is calling you for something, He has already equipped you for that. You just have to say yes. I'm telling you that I say no all the time. I say no sometimes I say no. Even right now, for God to convince me to start this Daniel fast wasn't easy. But I am in the process of doing the Daniel fast. I will see what it is that God wants to do through this. But I can see miracles already that God has been using. And God is still using Alicia to talk to me. And it's going good. What is it that God has been calling you to do? Maybe this is the time now. Maybe this is the moment. Maybe today is the day where you get up and go. You don't have to keep watching all this video that is saying motivation videos, encouragement videos, and you're not doing anything about it. God has been talking to you for a long time, using other people, maybe through books, maybe through your church, maybe through your pastor, maybe through your friends, your kids, whatever it is that God has been calling you to do. Maybe this is the time for you to start doing that. It's been long. It's been a long time since you just decided to be Jonah, but this is the time for you to become a Paul. Get up and go do it. There will be trials on the road. There will be downfalls on the way. There will be humiliation, people not believing in you. Up to now, some people still don't even believe in me. The power of prayer that God has put in my heart. A lot of people in my life don't believe that. Some people see it as an evil spirit. But I can easily express it now because God has gotten me ready for it. That a lot of people are not going to accept it. Even at my church right now, a lot of people are not even going to accept what it is that God has been calling me for. But He has equipped me. He has already told me about it. So I am fine with it. I will be praying. Some people will be saying that, okay, that's too much prayer. I'm leaving the church and things like that. It's not my fault. I am just supposed to just put it out there as the Holy Spirit gave it to me. I am just supposed to just put it out there as just the way the Holy Spirit has blessed me with prophecies and discernment and wisdom. Whatever it is that God has been using me for, I'm just here to do it. Now, the question for you is, when are you going to start? When are you going to start answering your call? I hope this video helps you to finally decide to take that next step and find a living church or get more involved in your church so that God can use you. Maybe God is trying to use you to be that change in your church that you really want to see. And I pray that you actually answer this call.
There is only